Hello everyone, welcome back to EduMoon tutorial series. This is Divya, your instructor for Web Technologies. In this video, I am going to discuss about forms. Now let us get started. A form is a collection of fields from which you gather information from user input. Form tag in HTML allows you to create or insert a form in a HTML web page. It has attributes, name, action, method. Name allows you to create or give a name to a form. Action. It allows you to specify the URL or path of a document or file to which you want to redirect to from the current page after submitting the form details. Method. If it is set to get, then it appends the form data into the URL in name or value pairs. As a result, the details you have entered in the form are displayed in the URL. If you select post method, then the form data is not shown in the URL. This is because it appends the form data inside the body of a HTTP request. So, get method is used when we want to send non-sensitive information and post method when we are sending sensitive information over the web. The input element. It is used to create interactive controls for web-based forms in order to accept data from the user. The input tag has attributes, type, name, value, size, max length. When the input type is set to text, then a checkbox is set or displayed, which is generally used to enter name in a registration form. Checkbox. These are used when we are generally asked to select qualifications we have from the available qualifications they have displayed, and when we are asked to check the languages we know. Radio buttons. These are used when we are asked to enter our gender or select the gender. We can select only one from the male, female or others. We cannot select multiple ones. Button. It is used when we want to perform an operation when it is clicked on. Generally in registration forms, choose file is the button we use or they use to collect our resumes or image files from our local file systems. Password. It works same as that of a text field, but the difference is that when we enter characters from our keyboard, they will not get displayed. Instead, bullets or asterisks are displayed to not disclose the content or not disclosing the content in the password field for security purposes. Submit button. It is used to submit the details of the form. Reset. It is the button when clicked on resets or clears all the information so far we have typed in the form or given to the form. Value. This attribute is used for checkboxes and radio buttons and drop down list when we want to send a value when a particular checkbox is selected or radio button is checked. Next, size. It allows you to specify the size of the interactive control we want to display to the user. Max length. It sets the maximum number of characters that the user can enter into a field. Select tag. It is used to create a drop-down list. Drop-down list cannot be created by input tag. Select tag has attributes autofocus, name, size, multiple, required, disabled. Autofocus. When it is set to 1, then when the form is loaded, the first focus is set to the drop-down list we have created using this particular select tag. Next, size. It is used to specify the number of list items or options we want to display to the user defaultly before clicking on the show button when the form is loaded. Multiple. This allows you to select multiple options from the drop-down list. Required. This makes the drop-down list a mandatory one. That means without selecting an option from the drop-down list, the form do not get submitted. Disabled. This makes the element unusable or unclickable. Select name is equal to flavor size 5 multiple. This is an example where this is a drop-down list for selecting flavors and the size is set to 5. This means among the options, 5 options are displayed to the user defaultly and it is set to multiple. This means we can select multiple flavors we want. With select field, we can only create the drop-down list, but the options among the drop-down list are defined by using option tag. Option tag has attributes disabled, selected, value, label. Disabled attribute allows you to disable the or make the element unusable and unclickable as same as that of a select tag attribute disabled, but instead here only the option to which you have set the disabled attribute is going to get disabled. But in select tag, when you have set the disabled attribute as 1, all the options will get disabled. You cannot select any of the options in the drop down list. Selected. This makes the option automatically selected when the form is loaded. Value. This is the value that you are going to send to the server when the particular option is clicked. Label. This is used to set a label to the option. Text area. It is a tag generally used to create an address field. For address field, we have multiple columns and rows. This field works same as that of a text field, but it has more columns and rows. Precisely, calls and rows attributes of text area are used to set the rows and columns of the field. Max length and min length of text area are used to set the maximum number of characters the user can enter into the field, and minimum length allows you to set the minimum number of characters the user can enter into the field. Required. When it is set to 1, then the text area is made mandatory. That means without entering a detail in that field, this form will not get submitted. Now let us get into the example. For the example, I will show you the code to create a registration form. Before knowing the code, let us see how the registration form should look like. Without knowing or without having any idea about how the registration form should look like or how we wanted the registration form to look like, we cannot write code. So first we will see what this registration form consists. It consists of a name field or text field to write the name, and password field to type the password, and 2 radio buttons, male and female, to enter the gender or select the gender. Qualification to check the qualifications the user going to have, and a course field to select the course, and an address field, which means this is same as that of a text field, but it consists of more rows and more columns. This is created generally using text area tag. Next, clear. This is a button which is set by using a reset button, and then when I click on it, it should reset all the data I have entered so far, and when I click on submit, it should get to the page I have redirected to or set in the action field. The page has to redirect to the page or file or document I have specified the path for in the action field. Here, for this particular form, I have given the path for confirm.html. So when I click on submit, the page will get redirected to confirm.html with all the details I have entered in the form. Post method allows you to enter or redirect to this particular confirm.html without showing the contents in the URL. In the first row, the label name is given in the first column, and the text box is displayed, which is achieved by using input tag and by setting the type attribute as text, and I've specified type size equal to 20px, which means the text box is suitable for entering 20 characters, and max length is equal to 30, which makes the user possible to enter 30 characters. Password. For setting a password field, we'll give the type as password, and then here I specify 20px and max length. I've given the password max length of characters as 15. Gender. To create a radio button, we use the type radio. Here value is set to male. So when I click on radio button male, then the value male which is specified here is going to get submitted to the confirm.html page when submit is clicked. The same goes to the female radio button too. When I click on female radio button, then the value specified under the value attribute, which is here female, is going to get submitted to the confirm.html page. Next, qualification. Here we need to create two checkboxes. To create checkboxes, we use type value checkbox. And here, as here value attribute works, here the value attribute also works as the same. To create a drop-down list, I have used the select tag and I have set the name as course and I have specified it as a required field. So when I specified it as a required field, without selecting any of the options given, the form will not get submitted. So see here, I have not selected any of the options in the drop-down list. When I submit it, it displays a pop-up saying please and select an item in the list. Next, the options are specified by using option tag and values CSC. When I click on CSC option, then the value specified in that particular option field is going to get submitted to the page path I have specified in the action tag, action attribute. Address. For displaying an address field, I have specified or used text area tag with name txt3 and rows 4 and columns 5. To create a reset button, I've used the type as reset and value as clear. Here the value works differently. The value set here will get displayed on the button. The same goes to submit. When I click on this particular submit button, the page is going to get redirected to the action I have specified in the form tag. As you see here, the output, the characters will not get displayed when I type the characters, but only bullets are displayed. This is how you select a checkbox and a radio button, and when I submit it like this without selecting codes, it will not get submitted. After I select this and click on submit, it displays your form is successfully submitted. This is what I have specified in the confirm.html page, which is specified or shown in the URL. This is where the web page is redirected to. In this way, forms are created or inserted in a HTML web page. In the next video, I am going to discuss about cascading style sheets. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.